play their games. Hey, it's going to happen. More people are going to play their games.
And it's only going to benefit Microsoft.
The problem that I'm having with the talking point that I see right now is this weird talking point that, like, this is really, really going to hurt Sony. And the reason why
you have to ask yourself, man, it's already bad enough that they canceled 10 out of the 12 live service and subscription games. And you have to ask yourself, for all the ponies that sit there and tell you, oh, I picked up a PlayStation 5 for exclusives, well, guess who that's going to hurt? The die-hard PlayStation fan, because you guys want to sit there and say that the Xbox has no identity, but you have to ask yourself, does PlayStation have an identity if I'm playing Xbox games on my PS5 platform? Where's the Sony ones? Because you know why? Sony's going to feel afraid to gamble, to put these $400, $500 million failures. And instead, they're going to be like, you know what, Microsoft? You put games on our platform. And the diehard PlayStation fans are going to be like, well, hold on. I'm playing Xbox games on PS5. Why don't I just buy an Xbox? I can get these all through one subscription service, and I don't even have to buy them. See, the problem is that you guys want to look at this console war as if it's the 1990s. It's a live service and subscription war. The only reason as to why PlayStation is even staying afloat has more to do with the fact that people are subscribed to play the NBA 2Ks and all those other third-party games through a paid PlayStation Plus membership.
To take a step back from that is because if Xbox games on the PlayStation were really going to hurt PlayStation to the point where it's going to be detrimental to PlayStation, why would PlayStation allow this to happen?
There's a reason for that. Because PlayStation has nothing to offer their community, dog. You should know better than that. I mean, if they can't provide games for their audience, they're like, you know what, Microsoft? You could at least entertain the gamers here because they're still getting that subscription money a month. What do you people don't understand? If you go buy Halo, Gears, and Forza, which more likely are online game. I mean, for some people, maybe for you ponies, you'll play it and then you'll give up. But still, the concept that those games are online games to a lot of people. What do you think you have to do to play those games online? Ding, 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 ding. Good answer, Carl. You have to pay a membership fee. So, of course, that's where Sony's getting most of their money, on top of the fact that they're taking a 30% cut for every Xbox game that sells on a platform. But yet, Microsoft is getting the majority of that money. So while you're sitting there funding Microsoft, you're not giving that money to Sony. You think Sony's going to be able to take that measly 30% and put it into other projects that they have? No, because they're afraid to do it in the first place. That's why Sony wasn't confident. They're like, yo, Square, we'll use you, Black Myth Wukong. That's why when Dreamcast brought up the fact that Sony's not going to do that anymore, because those games failed. And matter of fact, Rebirth is seeing some success on PC. Helldivers 2 seen more success on PC than it did on the PlayStation 5 platform. And I also think Black Myth Wukong was the same exact thing. Nobody's buying these exclusive games on your platform. And I think this is where it's hard for these ponies to understand. Because they're like, they did it during the PS4 generation. But guess what? They're not doing it again. Like, what?
It doesn't make sense. It's their platform. No. Listen to me. There's going to be either at least a mutual benefit for both of these companies to do this.
Okay. I mean, of course. I think Microsoft says we're going to benefit, and of course Sony's going to benefit. But now Sony has to think for the long run. They're going to be like, man, we're afraid to put out these $500 budget games for our audience because if we do, third party and now Xbox games is competing with our own storefront. The fact that Forza is the #1 trending game on PlayStation is very concerning. I've never seen Gran Turismo, as successful as that game is, I've never seen it as the #1 trending. That game is trending so much on the PS5, it's actually outbeating Call of Duty, which is also another Xbox game. How do you ponies don't see the problem? So when Microsoft said everything's at Xbox, I mean, I think he's spoken correctly because look at it. All you're seeing is Xbox games on Sony's own storefront. Sony is literally pushing everything that Microsoft wants. Microsoft is actually taking the identity of the PlayStation. Y'all want to sit there and cope, oh yeah, look at that, we stealing your airbag games when you out here giving Microsoft your money. When you got games like Poor Little Astrobot flopping and failing Concord, all the games that people allegedly say we pick up the PS5 for exclusives, and instead you giving it to a company that you hate.
Or Sony is going to make sure that it doesn't hurt their business.
I don't think it's going to hurt because as long as GTA 6 exists, Sony's okay. People are going to subscribe. They're going to pay that monthly membership to play Grand Theft Auto Online. It'll probably last for another generation, which was probably the PS6. And there you go. But at that point, that is where it's over. This is what you guys don't understand. Yes, of course, it's not going to miraculously die for PlayStation. That's not how these things are happening. But Sony is already putting things in play to where they can have that similar strategy to what Microsoft's doing because it's beneficial to gaming. What do you guys don't understand? The gamers are happy. The companies are happy. It's a win-win situation for everybody. You guys want to act like Sony's still doing exclusives by dropping their games on PC. That is multi-platform, bro. How do you guys want to sit there and keep denying this?
It may be because they see that Xbox is making all these moves, putting their games over there, and they're talking behind the scenes. Maybe that is the reason why Sony's like, hey, we could cancel our 12 live service games because these fools are about to put their live service games.
You calling Xbox the fools, but y'all the fools giving them your money. So like I've said before, for every Xbox game that succeeds on your platform, a PlayStation IP dies in its honor. You're just, essentially what you're saying that the PS5 is another Xbox. You know, it's the Xbox without the label. It's the Xbox without the name on it. So you guys feel more comfortable playing Xbox games on your platform just because it says PS5, but yet you're not playing PS5 Sony-centric games. You're playing Xbox games, and yet Microsoft still provides that service the best. What you don't understand? I don't have to pay. I got one subscription service where I get access to all these games, and you're paying $70 on top of giving Sony your money for a subpar PlayStation Plus premium service that is absolutely garbage. Just so you can play Xbox games. Like I've said before, you guys have got, Microsoft has 3 devices. They got the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, and now they introduced the Xbox Series P. Okay, the Xbox Series PlayStation, where it's essentially an Xbox. It's a PlayStation, but you play it for Xbox games.
On our platform, and maybe they could focus on doing whatever it is that they want to do now and more single-handed projects, stuff like that. It does make logical sense if that's the case.
Yeah, but the problem is with exclusives, they take years to come out, man. Look how long you're waiting for Intergalactic and Wolverine, man. Y'all want to sit there and say people pick up a console for exclusives, but yet, if that was the case, then why did y'all then wait 5, 6, 7 years until Intergalactic comes out so you can play it? As of right now, there's nothing for you guys to play. That's why y'all capping for Xbox games going to your platform, and now all of a sudden they're games now. Oh, now all of a sudden the same Forza Horizon 5, which they bash for generations, is now the game that PlayStation Ponies are playing. Bro, that is coping at its finest. I thought Xbox had no games.
So I don't know if they're giving up on live service games completely, but if they did,
I think Sony is, because Sony's not going to be able to compete with Sony can barely compete with Nintendo. See, what you people don't understand, if Microsoft puts games on the Nintendo Switch, guess what? Nintendo games are still going to overshadow it because people pick up the Switch for exclusives, not these consoles. You go on a Nintendo Switch, it is their games topping the top 10 charts. Maybe a few third parties, but it's more than likely their own games. I'm surprised these PlayStation dudes ain't looking forward to the Switch 2 because, to be honest with you, that's the only system that you can talk about exclusives. Because at the end of the day, Sony putting their games on PC, they're expanding. Microsoft's doing the same thing, they're expanding, but at least they're providing the gaming community with games for everybody. What is Sony doing? At this point, if you look past the hardware, what has PlayStation done for the PS5? They weren't even confident funding their own game, so they used Square to be like, oh, you put the budget in, we'll publish it here. Oh, well, look at that, it flopped and failed. And now Square's like, oh, we ain't messing with you, Sony, no more. You played us. That's what's going on here. We're going to make games for PC and Xbox. We're going to go back to what we was doing before, because that was what worked with us. Bruh.
I get it, because they're literally going to get every single other live service game on their platform anyways.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
You see? So it has nothing to do with console wars. It has nothing to do with games. It has more to do with and he just said it too. Live service and subscription. Sony's going to benefit because they're going to get the 30% off those Xbox games that are going to sell like hotcakes on the PS5 on top of people subscribing to continue to play it through their PlayStation Plus and Premium. That's where the money's at, bro. Why do you think Nintendo did it after the Wii U? They're like, oh no, we got to make money off this. And now look at it. People are subscribed. See, people have to understand, Nintendo has more online offerings than Sony. Splatoon 3, Mario 3D World, my Super Smash Bros, Animal Crossing, they got games where people pay Nintendo online membership for to play their games online. If you told a Nintendo gamer, oh, we're going to take away Mario for the Switch too, but we'll give you Halo. I mean, I like Halo. Yeah, you're not happy, you're not fulfilled. But I bought the Switch for Mario. I bought it for Zelda. I bought it for these games. See, what you don't understand, Xbox putting games on Switch or PlayStation putting games is complementary to the device. But at the end of the day, the Nintendo game still reigns supreme. People are going to sit there and say, well, it's nice that you put 3 Xbox games here, but if we're not getting no Pokemon, we don't want it. Well, there you go. So that shows you that Nintendo gamers are the ones supporting exclusives, not you Sony ponies. Get the hell out of here.
But if there was a detriment to putting Xbox games on the PlayStation, why would Sony allow it? I don't see
it's not that much of a detriment. It's more of a detriment in the future. Because now when you look past the concept of a console, like I've told you guys before, that consoles will cease to exist in the traditional fashion, people are going to flock to the subscription service. And Microsoft with Call of Duty, Forza, which is trending on PS5, where do you think those PlayStation owners are going to go? You think they're going to support PlayStation on PC Pass? Or they're going to support Game Pass that gives you access to all the biggest and best blockbuster hits on top of all the games that they offer. You see, what you guys don't realize that we're in the infancy stage. Remember, the beginning stages of where gaming is heading, and you guys are starting to see it little bit by bit. Of course, you're not going to see it right away because what I'm talking about is probably going to take a few years, but you're seeing it. But you guys want to fight. You guys want to go against it. You want to argue with people. You want to sit there and say people, because you can't see past your little 1990s mindset. Most real gamers, we already know where gaming is heading. That's why I just sit there and tell you, play your game. Stop stressing about, which platform is more superior, because at the end of the day, they're all going in the same direction, and I can guarantee it.
The person that's going to be hurting the most, in my opinion, is going to be the PlayStation fan.
But I thought you said I thought PS5 owners picked it up for exclusives. Why would they be hurt? Oh, that's right, because the Xbox games that they're playing on their platform, they gotta wait a few months. They're not getting them day and date. They're not getting them through an incredible value for subscription service. They're not getting it with quick resume and dev mode. They're not getting with all the great features of the Xbox Series X. Like I said, the Xbox Series P, and the P stands for pitiful.
I mean, before you get mad, the PlayStation fan that exclusively bought a PlayStation for their exclusives. Because Sony doesn't really have an incentive to pump out games on a regular basis.
And that is quite concerning. As a person that has been playing on PlayStation since the PS1, the fact that you're telling me this, Doc, is more of a reason why I think the PS5 has no identity. If you're sitting there telling me that I picked up this console to go play Xbox games, when the Xbox console does it better with a service and provides a better value, then the Xbox is clearly the better option, or what Microsoft's pushing in their vision is a better option than with Sony. This is ridiculous. You just literally said that this ain't nothing but an Xbox but a PlayStation 5 shell in it. That's essentially what you're telling me. So Phil was right. Everything is an Xbox by default according to your logic. Because if this is really a PlayStation console, I should be playing PlayStation for their games. I shouldn't be playing no Xbox games on a goddamn PlayStation like that. That's like a Nintendo. Even if PlayStation games went to Nintendo, they still buying their Marios, their Donkey Kong, and Zeldas. It's still very much a Nintendo Switch because its identity is still there. Okay? So having non-PlayStation games on Xbox doesn't bother me because I know if you got an Xbox, you picked it up for their games in Game Pass Ultimate. But when you're playing Xbox games on a PS5, not getting them day and date, not getting them right away, getting by case, then you have to ask yourself, while Sony's offering nothing like you said, then I ask myself, why do I got a PlayStation?
Why would they? They're getting everybody else's game.
Yeah, but what games are they offering? How come nobody's asking this question? What games is PlayStation offering? You got Xbox, you got Nintendo making games. The only company that ain't making games like they supposed to is Sony. Ain't that the whole purpose of why y'all said you picked up the PS5 was for exclusives? And now all of a sudden you ain't getting them? Now all of a sudden you got backdoored by Microsoft and you giving them their money instead of Sony? And y'all want to act like this is a victory? This ain't no victory. Y'all getting Trojan horse. Y'all taking it up the back, bruh. Y'all taking it from behind, bruh.
What would be the incentive to them to pump out games on a regular basis? To get you to buy a PlayStation? You're already going to buy a PlayStation for all the other games that are coming over there.
That is true. And they're going to buy it due to the ecosystem because of how successful the PS4 was. So, like I said, Sony is going to solely exist off that notion. But when it comes down to their own games and their own intellectual properties, I'm telling you, you're going to see less and less and less. Okay? And the diehard PlayStation fans going to be like this. Yeah, PlayStation, I mean, this one exclusive game a year is not cutting it. Oh, but we got airball games, though. We got airball. I know, but I picked it up for your system, man. I didn't pick up, a PS5 or PS6 to play Xbox games, bro. I might as well just get the Xbox. I get it with the third parties. I get it with the day and dates. I get it at a value. I'm paying you, Sony, $20. Was it $20 for premium? And then I'm paying $70 for each Xbox game coming over here? And then I don't even have the privilege of playing it day and date for all the games. I got to wait 6 months, maybe a year, 2 years, whatever Microsoft decides. Yeah, I think I'm going to take my business with Microsoft. I mean, you're already taking it there. You're already taking it there if you're buying these Xbox games on PS5. So at that point, you ponies might as well become Xbox fanboys. You guys have changed. Y'all looking like Fulgore, the robot with the ponytail in the back from Killer Instinct. Y'all are Xbox fanboys. That's what happened to Fulgore and Killer Instinct. He used to be a pony, and then they put him in a robot costume, and then he turned into an Xbox. But the pony head, the thing from Fulgore's back of his head still shows the pony symbol. That's what happened to y'all. Y'all changed, bro. They got you playing this like Killer Instinct.
You've been buying PlayStations for all the other games I've been going over there. Very few of you are buying PlayStations just because of their exclusives.
Ooh.
Most people that buy PlayStations, which are casuals, you can look at the numbers, are buying them because of the top 3, top 5 games that are typically multi-plat.
Yeah, multi-plat and like I said before, third party and Xbox games.
I'm not lying, right? But again, I don't think that Xbox putting their games on PlayStation, I don't think that PlayStation is actually tripping.
No,
So
of course they're not tripping because they're still making the money. They're getting the 30% off the sale. They're getting, if you buy Gears on it and you're still, let's say you buy Gears on it, which gives Microsoft and Sony, they cut, and you do the premium to play it online or whatever, everyone's winning, essentially. But Microsoft is winning more because now they're taking your fans, they're introducing their games to your fan base, which more likely would buy their games over your competitors, which is Sony themselves. So it kind of kills the concept of exclusivity because at this point, all PlayStation 5 is going to be is a set-top box that don't even have its own games anymore. Xbox is having theirs. They're putting them on a certain case-by-case basis on other platforms, but people are going to really look at, where's my Uncharted 5? Where's my Last of Us Part 3? Where's the games? And if they do, Sony will span them out 5 to 7 years away from each other, which kind of beats the purpose of buying a PlayStation.
Need to slow down because I see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, Xbox is taking over PlayStation and PlayStation."
I mean, the fact that I see Xbox games in the trending spot of PlayStation's old console, I would say so. I mean, it's so bad that you could see it even in Sony's storefront, bro. You see Xbox games. Number 1 trending, Forza, and it's trending over Call of Duty. Yikes.
But when this happens,
Gran Turismo was never like that, bro. Where's Gran Turismo? Where's that trending? Oh, yeah, I forgot. People don't play that game.
This, and that, blah, blah. Why would Sony allow that? Sony's probably chilling. Yeah, they're only making, 30% off of these games or 20% off of these games or whatever. But again, if it wasn't beneficial for them, they wouldn't do it.
Yes, agreed. Like any Xbox dude saying that they would do this for no reason, of course. But this also shows you that Sony's allowing it because they have no games of their own, which is a huge problem. Because like I said before, if we're bringing up the concept that people pick up a PS5, can we stop saying this? Can we stop saying that people are picking up? Because I will say one thing. Check this out. Xbox gamers do pick up their console for Game Pass Ultimate. That's why the subscriptions are so high. It seems like, I don't know how many consoles Xbox, but like, let's say 30 million Xboxes, 5 million of them on PC. That means that every person that picked up an Xbox got Game Pass Ultimate. Ooh, that's the reason why Microsoft wants you to do. So Microsoft is doing what their audience wants them to do. Now, PlayStation, they want you to buy their games, but instead you're buying its competitors, give them your money. That's the biggest foolery going on in this community, Doc. But you don't want to see that because you a pony bot and look who you associate with. Water Rock.
That's why I always think it's better to look at things from the gamer's perspective, the stuff that we should actually care about. From a gamer's perspective, all we got to worry about is what can you play on your platform, and can you play what you want to play on your platform.
And what PlayStation gamers want to play is Xbox games, and they got their wish.
You're not, keen to PlayStation games and all that other stuff, and you do like the more majority of the Xbox games, then it might be more beneficial to get an Xbox and just subscribe to Game Pass.
Oh, game still with another W.
It's going to be more efficient economically, at least, right? It might. If you're playing the top 3 free-to-play games, though, and every once in a while you want an exclusive and you're willing to pay for it, or you want a game and you're willing to pay for it, then the PlayStation route seems the way.
It's not, because most Fortnite gamers don't care. See, that's what you don't understand. The Xbox still reigns supreme, you big dummy. Because the Fortnite gamer's not playing those games. Yeah, but you know what they are playing? The Call of Duty, though. A Fortnite gamer will play the Call of Duty, though. But I ain't no Fortnite gamer want to play no movie. I'm telling you, bro. I know, bro. We had I think, an NBA 2K player in our party chat a few days ago. And he was like, one of my friends was talking about Astrobot and how it's good. And he's like, yo, that's a trash kitty game. That game sucks. That's what he said. I should be recording these party chats of when I be talking to these casuals so you guys understand the real dynamics of what's going on here. The guy didn't even know what Astrobot was, and he automatically denounced it and said the game sucked. Didn't even give the game a benefit of the doubt. Didn't even give the game a shot. It is what it is. That's how most people operate on these platforms.
Go, because you're probably going to have access to the majority of the games. Right?
Microsoft has access to the Elder Scroll franchise, bro. Listen, if anybody's playing Fortnite, the casual gamer is going to want the Xbox for the Xbox Game Pass. They're not going to want it for no movies, bro. Especially if you're telling them they got to pay for it. But they might give it, it's like a battle pass. You pay $10 for the battle pass. What's this, Xbox, $20? I'll give in to that because it's not like I'm buying it. I'm just testing it out, I don't want to pay $70 for a movie that I might not like.
Today, though, this is the reality that both sides need to understand. Today, you cannot. I'm being honest with you. Today, you cannot buy one console and get every single game.
Yes, that is true. But I will say PC is inevitable of getting all your games. Matter of fact, there's PC games that even though they're on console, the experience is so much far better on PC that it makes the console version look obsolete. So even though y'all like, PC gaming don't have exclusives, well, you might as well count Rust as an exclusive on PC because the game runs like trash, and I played it in garbage compared to its PC counterpart.
It doesn't exist. Halo is still not over there as of right now. Okay? Starfield is still not over there as of right now. The Fable series is still not over there as of right now. Right? And vice versa, obviously, PlayStation games aren't on the Xbox. The closest system to get the majority of games, is that's really what you're looking for, and you want to make sure that you don't miss out on anything, is the PC.
Bruh, do you guys like being wrong? Like, what do you mean? I mean, I get what your point is. I understand his point, but you're still missing out on a huge catalog of Nintendo games. So, like you said, back to your original argument, you're still missing out on something. So if this is what we're doing, like, I mean, I'm starting to think y'all got abandonment issues or something. It's not that important. If you feel as if you're missing out on something, just go buy it. Just go buy it. I don't understand this pride stance that y'all take in the game. And if you're a PC gamer and you want to play GTA 6 right away, even though you don't care for the platforms, go pick up a console, and then when it drops on PC, you can abandon it. Who cares? Throw it in the trash for all we care. What's up with this pride crap? I don't get it, bro. If you see a PlayStation game you want, like Kid Smooth talking about, well, just give us Spider-Man, just give us Miles Morales. When you already have access to the game, Smooth, just play it on your PC. Just play it on your Sony. What are we doing here, people? If you guys are that disappointed in missing out on something, then buy it. Stop expecting one company or one console to have everything. Do you see Nintendo gamers saying, we want the... Well, they did the top 10-year Call of Duty deal, but you don't see them crying, we don't get Call of Duty, we don't get this, we don't... You know why? because Nintendo gamers don't care, and they're never going to tell you that they want Call of Duty over Pokemon. Yeah, they're never going to tell you that they want Call of Duty over Zelda. If you told them, "Oh, we'll give you Call of Duty if you give us Zelda," they will say no. They will say no. That's how you know they like exclusives. You Sony gamers don't. Cut the crap. Cut the cap. I'm tired of it, bro. Cut the cap. You PlayStation fanboys need to abandon ship to the Nintendo Switch. That's what y'all need to do. Go cope over there, because coping on PlayStation ain't working for you. I'm just saying. And I'm telling you, Nintendo is also going to push for multi-plat too. So, like I said, when that future comes, you'll see.
And these are just facts. Because even with Game Pass PC, you can even play the Xbox 360 games if you got a good enough internet connection. Right? But in reality, this whole nonsense that Xbox is taking over Sony and the Trojan horse angle, I don't know, man. I think Sony sees the Trojan horse and is letting the Trojan horse come in because they know that they're going to be okay.
Yeah, that's the idea. But the future, they're thinking, dang, we need to find our own live service. We need to find. That's why they doing it. That's why y'all like, oh, why Sony put all this time into this and they put him in them swingle players? Because they know for the future of their company, you need the Nintendo. You need that. If Nintendo could do it, Sony should be able to do it. If Nintendo can make games to where people can subscribe for Nintendo Switch Online to play the Smash Bros, the Animal Crossing, and the Mario Kart, then Sony should be able to do it too. Because if Nintendo can do it, then Sony can do it. How is Nintendo better at having more live service and subscription games than PlayStation, bruh? Y'all are pathetic. Nintendo got more online games than you. Oh, but we like our single player. Yeah, Nintendo gamers like single player too. What are you talking about? I mean, it's getting to the point that Pokemon got single player and online. Sony, what are you doing? Oh, but we don't need it. We just like single player. Bro, go to Nintendo, PlayStation fan community. If you want to be a fanboy for the Switch too, because I don't want to hear it in regards to PlayStation anymore.
It's the PlayStation fan that's been capping for exclusives in the Sony single-player game that might be hurt, because
facts.
Now that Sony really doesn't have to provide games.
Wow. You heard what he said? Sony don't have to provide games. And you as a PlayStation fan are happy about that, and you guys want to cope by playing Xbox games, acting like you hurting somebody. Bro, you're wasting more money. Us Xbox gamers, we're saving money. That $70 you gave to Microsoft, we could put it towards GTA 6. Man, we could put it through a loan shark. We could put it through something that we didn't have already. You know, I could put it in Witcher 4. You know those same games. Oh, not every game go to Game Pass. Well, you know what? I'm saving so much money, I could put the game that ain't on Game Pass and go buy it. The hell? You people are stupid. Y'all complain about nothing. But you know, that's why everybody gamer don't buy a game, though. Oh, really? You act like people ain't paying for the subscription service. And according to your logic, then leave Crunchyroll, leave Hulu, leave Netflix, leave Disney Plus, because like you said, Sony, go buy your movies. That's how you support them, right? But I guarantee you, y'all got a service of Netflix. I don't want to hear it. You know, we support. Oh, you support? So why are you renting movies on Netflix? Why don't you go buy them?
You might get much bigger time within releases. That just makes logical sense to me. But who knows? Maybe when they do release something, they can really focus on it and it might be a banger. Who knows? Only time will tell. This next generation is going to be definitely very interesting. Especially
it's going to be different, and I can't wait for it, bro, because y'all going to see some of it, bro. I can't wait.
If Valve does jump into it, or if Valve and Xbox join up together. Because at that point, then we really got some hard thinking to do.
Hard thinking, I already did it. It's already over, guys. Just admit it. Admit it that exclusives don't matter. You just said that PS5, people don't pick it up for exclusives. Like I said before, it is third party, and now it's Xbox. Sony ain't even in the equation no more. Y'all ain't even buying PlayStation games. Look at the sales, bro. Those days is over, bro. You guys had your reign during the PS4, and now that reign is over, bro. It's about time Sony just sit in the graveyard and think about all the 12, 10, 15 failures that they had. I mean, the only games y'all might continue to get exclusives is like Cold Violet, you know, Roadrunner feet for freaking and support that. You know what I'm saying? Go support that game. Indie, because you can't refund it on PlayStation. That's why it's not on PC and Xbox. Because if you buy a trash game, you can refund it.
That dog when I need five.
Yeah, you don't know nothing. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this video, man. At the end of the day, Sony's multi-plat, Xbox multi-plat, Nintendo will push for multi-plat when that time comes. I'll start talking about it a little bit more then. I just don't want to expose you guys too much because like I gotta make content, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta make my exclusive content. So, like I said, be in preparation, be prepared, get your immolation, get your games up. I keep continuously saying this, but the console wars is by far over. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. Take care. Peace out.